Alright, we got a history lesson with war stories. So what is worms? Okay, originally released in 1999, worms... Armageddon has been famous for over 25 years. But how do worms come to be? If anyone is worth, this is Price's smash hit of 1995. He turned artillery genre on his head and started in comedy. There's a documentary, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for showing the video, so I'm not gonna show the video. If you guys want to see it yourself, I recommend buying this game. If you guys want to see the documentary itself. Okay, so in the beginning there was Andy. This is Andy. Andy made worms. Not real worms. We don't know who invented those. The game worms. How did he do it? We'll have to travel back. We'll have to go back in time. Yeah, so this is Andy. So you see down there, you see Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Super Nintendo. Oh God, yeah, it's right. Apple was in the 90s. Holy sh... Oh, there's Sony, PlayStation. You basically are seeing what consoles the original Worms was on. Yeah, it was insane. It was on Game Boy. It was on Super Nintendo. It was on PlayStation. Will I be able to get to play those games? Who knows, really? What? The Concrete Donkey. You see, when Andy Davidson was a young lad, in Bournemouth, England, his mum and dad had a concrete donkey in their garden. Wait, we've gone too far back. Remember that donkey, though? We'll get to that later. Oh! So Andy formed Team 17. Or, that's just... Oh, I didn't think he formed it. Yeah, that's why there was a concrete donkey. That's why there's a concrete donkey in the game. Oh, that's actually a nice little detail. I love that. Okay, artillery games. Worms grew out of the very old game genre known as artillery games. The earliest known computer artillery game was released before 1972, making it older than Pong. Interesting. In the earliest games, each player controlled a single tank and had to enter the correct coordinates to land a hit on their opponent. If you guys don't know, there is a game like this. A lot of people play it on YouTube. You guys know that, but yeah, the artillery games have been around for a while. Worms is just what took it to the next step, essentially. Tanks for the memories. Andy played many different artillery games on computers, popular in Britain, like the Sinclair Spectrum and the Commodore 64. Other examples of artillery games that became popular around the world included Gorilla.Baz by Microsoft and Scorched Earth by Weldon Hickett. Commodore Amiga, originally released in 1985, the 16-bit Commodore Amiga was a very popular computing program in the UK. Its high-resolution color graphics were impressive for the time, and its open nature allowed amateur developers to create and sell their own games. Hence, Worms. One of them being Worms, which is really cool. So yeah, this is the console itself you see right here. This is the Amiga, the Commodore Amiga. Yeah. This is what computers used to have been made for. Some of them were actually made for gaming. Pretty interesting, right? Anyhow, we have the graphing calculators. While teenage Andy had an Amiga at home, he began writing a game that would become Worms on a Casio graphing calculator while he was bored in art class in 1990. He called it simply Artillery. That's interesting. I like that. And you see the calculator here. Pretty unique, right? Alright, so here's tanks, but no tanks. Starting in 1993, Andy created a new version of artillery on the Amiga. He started with tanks, then decided he wanted the playable characters to be more maneuverable. So he changed them to human soldiers. Worms of Wisdom. It became sort of a challenge to myself. How deep can I make an artillery game? How much strategy can I introduce to it? A quote from Andy Davidson himself. Enter the Worm. What ultimately ended up determining the direction of Worms was the 1991 puzzle game Lemmings, in which players had to save a group of tiny creatures from death. Andy wanted to give his little avatars a similar humorous twist, which is how the soldiers became worms. Interesting. Total Wormage. In August 1993, Andy began a complete rewrite of his artillery game under the new title Total Wormage, paying cheeky homage to the 1992 arcade game Total Carnage. Which, yep, there it is. That's the, this is Total Wormage. This is essentially the very first Worms game to ever exist. And I like how the health bars are like Street Fighter. That's really cool. Banned. Total Wormage was mostly played by Andy's schoolmates and quickly received the ultimate badge of honor when his teacher banned it from school because students were skipping class to play it. Huh. Interesting. Taking a chance. Andy didn't go to university after he graduated, instead choosing to take a chance on hitting it big in the video game industry. He continued to work on Total Wormage, letting customers playtest it in the Burnhamouth computer store where he worked part-time. Interesting. That's really good. I kind of like that. Video, Total Wormage. Andy's story of the creation of Total Wormage from graphing calculator to full Amiga includes the first ever time showing video footage of Total Wormage. Interesting. But I can't show it because I don't know if I'm going to get, copyrighted. Words of Wisdom. I wanted to create almost like a little 2D playground. I love physics, so it was a good thing I took from school, the physics lessons, and I wanted to create many different ways of exploring that. So even if you weren't playing the game correctly, you could still have fun with it. Andy Davidson. Interesting. And here we have the big contest. In February 1994, a magazine called Amiga Format ran a competition looking for new talent, asking readers to submit their games. Andy entered Total Wormage, and it lost. It didn't even get an honorable mention. Damn. A last-ditch effort. Still stinging from rejection, Andy copied Total Wormage on a floppy disk and took it to London, where the European Computer Trade Show of 1994 was taking place. He wanted to show it to his favorite publisher, which was Team 7. Team 17. Oh man, they've been around forever? That's crazy. Formed in 1990 by the founders of a developer called Team 7 and a publisher called 17-Bit Software, Team 17 was a successful studio with many best-selling games on the Amiga platform. At ECTS, it was showing off the shooter game Super Stardust. Wow, that's cool. A light, fast deal. Andy approached the Team 17 booth, floppy disk in hand, and asked if they wanted to see his new game. Team 17 producer Martin Brown popped the Total Wormage disc into an Amiga on the show floor, and within 5 minutes, offered to publish it. which you can see, I think that's one of the guys there. Well, that's Andy himself. Joining the team. Shortly after the ECTS show, Andy traveled to Wakefield, Yorkshire, where Team 17 was based, to begin working on Total Wormage with a full team. Originally slated to be a budget release for Amiga, it would eventually become a major multi-platform release. Team 17 would spend an additional 14 months working on it. Holy sh... Yeah, and Andy finds a video from Wormage to Worms. Andy finds the perfect partners in Team 17, which helped him create Worms. And here we have a new name. Martin Brown, who had seen the game at the trade show, became the project's producer. He changed the name from Total Wormage to simply Worms, putting on an emphasis on the unique characters, which, yep, you see that right there? Yeah, those are floppy disks. Alright, you fucking boomer. I like history. I like this. I will watch the videos off camera, because I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble if I post it. So, I'm just gonna read dialogue, because I don't want to get in trouble for getting copyrighted for using the documentaries. I don't want to mess with, like, YouTube or whatever else, but I guess this is the first part. There's going to be more parts, don't worry. So I'll catch you guys later with more Worms. Alright? Alright. Peace to Crispy. Bye, guys. And I'll see you guys with more war stories. Alright, peace.